Howdy, folks. Back at it again. This time we're looking at population. Population is what gives significance to an area, character to an area. Some of the essential background or the specific focuses that we would look at are things like numbers, density, distribution, population trends, and the qualities of those populations. We'll look at each of those in this section and the next one. Looking at population first, in the 20th century, the beginning of the 20th century, we had less than 2 billion people. By 1950, it was approximately 2.5 billion people. By 1972, 3.8 billion people. By 1997, 5.8 billion people with an annual growth rate of 2%. Eventually, we reached 7 billion people, and the totals are not accurate. We lack census data in some of the countries and so forth, and there's variations on census accuracy. But there are some important points to keep in mind. There are tremendous population totals in the Orient, in India and China, and I'm taking a rough estimate, something like 4 billion people. And but then there on one side, and then on the other side, you have regions like the Pacific region, where there's very small populations in the Pacific. Then you have other regions that are, they're pretty, there's a lot of similarity. There's a comparative similarity between many regions in the world. One of the things that's very interesting is some data that's been put out by demographers. They're the people who study populations, population growth, and that sort of thing. And they have estimated. Now, keep in mind, these are only estimates. We have no way of knowing the actual numbers, but based upon the data that they have and the figures, the principles or the assumptions that they work from, these would be the figures. Pardon me. In the year AD1 or CA1, if you prefer, but in that first year of the first millennia AD, we had, in other words, back at Roman times, back at the time of Caesar Augustus, we have 250 to 300 million people in the world. Then in 1650, the middle of the Renaissance, middle of colonial exploration and colonization, that sort of thing, we hit 500 million. And it wasn't until 1800, just a few years after the Constitution of the United States had been ratified, that we hit the first 1 billion estimate of the number of peoples inhabiting planet Earth. In 1930, we reached 2 billion. In 1975, approximately 4 billion. In 1999, 6 billion. We've since reached 7 billion, and they expect in 2021 to reach 8 billion. So you can see that the population of the planet is growing enormously. Now, consider population density. The total surface of the Earth is 197 million square miles, approximately. The land surface is approximately a little over 57 million square miles. And if we take a population of 7 billion people, if I've done my math correctly, it'll come to a density of about 122 people per square mile. Now, those figures are absolutely meaningless except for the purpose of comparing densities of various countries and regions. That's the only purpose that kind of statistic would have value. It's meaningless in the sense that it's due to uneven population distribution, uneven resources, and uneven production facilities of a given region. But that gives you just a little bit on population in terms of the numbers and the density. Next, we will turn to distribution, population trends, and so forth. So that's enough for this one, and we'll close off. You guys have a good one. I wish you well.